they hosted their first one. The East won it 104 to 84 back then. That was the lowest combined score in an All-Star game, Kevin, since the 1950s.
We'll see if then tonight, Clark, they can surpass that total.
I would think they could. No shortage of scores on either side. I expect an up-tempo, fast-paced game, an exciting game with plenty of highlights and buckets.
Cannot wait. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards. Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots. And in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside. And Dominic Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Jordan inside. He's covered by Lever, and that one good. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Trying to find Bird. He's got it now. Good D by Olajuwon. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And, Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Jordan finds Thomas. No good on that one. And it's the West taking it the other way. Here's English. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. They get it back. Here's Malone. They had a number of cracks in it, but came away empty-handed. Johnson against Jordan. Olajuwon. Magic Johnson delivers passes with such pinpoint accuracy. Wow. And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. And when the jump shot is fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Feeds it to Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last three playing here tonight.
It's English with the drive. And stolen by Jordan. Pass to Thomas. That's it. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Clark amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan. I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah, and the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts, but you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do. On the wing, Johnson, guarded by Jordan. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It'll be a jump ball.
He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser, and I understand it's quite an event.
Bird can't hit. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for the West All-Stars, trailing by 4. Unloads from 13. Malone, no luck.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. And here is the East now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Jordan dishes to Bird. It's rebounded by the West.
Just unable to get into any kind of rhythm this quarter.
Now the pass to Johnson. From the corner, another spoon-fed basket from Magic.
I tell you what, the peripheral vision, the court awareness of Johnson, this guy always knows when one of his teammates is open.
Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And, you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
Bird left side. Malone with the steal. Johnson outside. Pass to Olajuwon. Olajuwon with incredible footwork for a big man.
Great size and scoring ability. Hakeem, a tough assignment defensively. Drawing whistles, drawing fouls, nothing new for him.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Brad Daugherty, he's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for Bird. And it's Rivers in for Thomas. Then for the West All-Stars, Worthy's checked in for English. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Lever. Jordan the pass to Rivers. And the foul on Magic Johnson. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Jordan. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
And Ewing with the block.
Boy, Ewing using that size to make an impact on D. He loves coming up with the rejections. Smart play to save the easy shot. He'll make them earn it at the line.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. And so Jordan nails both of them.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Here's Johnson, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Johnson's length makes him hard to deal with inside, which is why he's able to draw fouls.
He hits both from the stripe. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Johnson goes in, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did, and the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. They grab their own miss. Passes it to Rivers. Worthy against Jordan. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on James Worthy.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
To the middle. And Ewing sends it back. And they get it back.
Boy, that was a nice play by Olajuwon there, getting the shot off while still drawing contact.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Karl Malone. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most All-Star appearances by far in NBA history, Clark, and an All-Star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
And Kareem looking to set the career record for All-Star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. 4 on the clock. Shot from 12. And it's Drexler missing. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. That's his first foul. The West All-Stars making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. Pass to Rivers. Stolen by Magic. Oh, here comes Johnson. All alone. No good. That miss takes him to 3 for 7. Here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Drexler. And that one hits back iron. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. And Daugherty kicks to Jordan. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
Both shots. It's good from the strike. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Drexler with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And it's Drexler missing. The East leading by 3. Jordan's shot is off. They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
Here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
Aguaya's checked in for the West. The West trails by 3. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
And Kareem, the the elder statesman. 19 years in the NBA. Decades of dominance. Jordan dishes to Doherty. It's Ewing that time on the assist by Doherty. Ewing's got his second basket of the night.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an all-star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the all-star game.
From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. East All-Star.
Your East 30.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. They've got Lever. Malone is out there with Aguirre. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5. Wilkins' shot is off. He's Lever with an uncanny knack for rebounding. And it's Dominique Wilkins with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The West trails by 5. And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them. You know, Mark Aguirre does really just about everything you would ask of him on the floor. Not much that he can't do.
And so Aguirre nails them both. The East leading by 3. Jordan passes to Ewing. Patrick Ewing is a load inside the paint.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that. And now they're just one foul away from being in the bonus.
Malone looking around. Some nice passing here by the West. Jordan against Lever. 5 on the clock. Here's Abdul-Jabbar.
You know, defensively, I think Ewing is one of the great intimidators. Certainly changed that shot.
Jordan, the pass to Bird. And the basket is good. Bird's got the lead up to 7 now for the East All-Stars.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game. Trying to fill it up tonight as well.
Johnson with it. And it's Bird picking him up. Aguirre against Wilkins. Shoots from 14. Aguirre, good. Aguirre's got 4 points this quarter.
And the Mavericks' Mark Aguirre actually got married last night. How about that? A big weekend for the DePaul product.
Jordan kicks to Rivers. Back to Jordan. Over Lever. And he overshot that one, missing. And stolen by Jordan. Going inside. The East making a switch. Thomas is checked in. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Olajuwon's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And it's English in for Aguirre. Here's Jordan. And another miss by the East. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. 4th team foul.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. It's a 5-point game.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
Here's Olajuwon. It's in there. Lever with the assist. And it's 13 points for Hakeem Olajuwon. And the East has possession. Shoots from the baseline. West All-Stars with the rebound. Olajuwon's got rebound number 8 now on the night. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Star.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Pretty much automatic tonight at the line, 8 for 8.
Boy, I like that aggressive approach offensively, drawing fouls left and right.
Free throw good, Jordan. And the East with some changes. Moses Malone. He's checked in for Ewing. And McHale is subbed in for Dominique Wilkins. The West trails by 3. Johnson goes in over Thomas. Again, the West All-Stars.
Magic so adept at taking what the defense gives them. Nice shot.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Johnson's gone 4 of 9 in field goal attempts. Here's Jordan. And Levers sends it back.
Already, they're over the limit, and it's so early yet. This could turn into a bunch of free throws.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Fat Lever is not the biggest guard. He makes big impact on the game because he plays with such intensity at both ends of the floor.
And the West has made their imprint here in the early going clock.
Unfazed by those that are predicting otherwise. They're playing with a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of an edge, too.
You can see it, can't you?
Yep.
The East All-Stars haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Johnson, the pass to Lever. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. But he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Constantly applying pressure on the defense. Lever gets himself to the strike.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And Lever drops them both. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
Thomas passes to Jordan. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jordan's got 6 in the quarter. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow.
And, you know, once again, the lead changes. It has been a tug of war all game long.
Outside, Jordan. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Magic doing a little self-serve, going vertical on him.
Here's Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. No good on that one.
4th team foul. At the line.
And he sinks the second. Now the West with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Offensive rebound, Olajuwon. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Olajuwon's got the lead up to 4 now for the West All-Stars.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
And Olajuwon drops them both. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about. And that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir. You know, the combination of size, speed, and length that Johnson has, really pretty unique for a point guard. Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. Here are the East All-Stars. Thomas finds Jordan into the lane, and the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Olajuwon's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And, you know, so far, I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
McHale dishes to Jordan. Second shot opportunity. Outside for Thomas. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Even against tough defense, Thomas is never phased. He's fearless in going against contact.
And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they've got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly, and that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
Olajuwon, no good. And so Thomas will bring it up for the East All-Stars. Trailing by 2.
He is certainly a dominant player. Michael Jordan, when he's in the zone, unstoppable.
Jordan against Lever. Johnson down low. Count that one. Johnson has got 8 points in the quarter.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Jordan kicks to Thomas. Down low. Low block shot on the way. No good from McHale. English looking around. At the top of the key, Malone. And the pass to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Malone sets the pick for Johnson. Lever can't get it to go.
Boy, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
And so here are the West All-Stars. English right side. Pass to Olajuwon. 18 feet out. Uses the glass to drop it in. Olajuwon's got 21 in the game.
Boy, it's been attack after attack from Hakeem in this one. He's not giving the defense any breaks.
Here's Jordan. Rebounded by Malone. Malone's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lever kicks to English. Passes it to Olajuwon. That one, no good. Some solid defense by Malone. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
The West leading by 4. Johnson, the pass to Lever. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, Hakeem's size makes him hard to match up against, especially when he's determined to score inside.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Brad Doherty, he's checked in for Malone. Wilkins comes in for McHale. And Ainge is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Then for the West All-Stars, Abdul-Jabbar is checked in for Malone. McDaniel comes in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever. Here's Doherty. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And, you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an all-star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports.
And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
Throw good, Jordan. Ewing's checked in for Bird. And West also making a switch. Worthy's checked in. Now, here's Drexler. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Up top, Worthy. Here's Johnson. That shot misses. And the East now will go the other way with it. And they double up Jordan. He kicks to Ainge. The sharpshooter, Danny Ainge, placing it from long range.
And Ainge this season has hit a three-pointer in 23 consecutive games. That's an NBA record, and that is his game, making threes.
Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
The West leading by 3. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Ewing. Ewing's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dishes it to Jordan. Here's Ainge. Misses the baby hook. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McDaniel powered down with both hands. And Clark, with his strength and quickness, Xavier McDaniel, a very tough guy to cover.
Well, he's versatile. You talk about that strength and athleticism. 92% of the time in his career, he scored in double figures. Very consistent.
My goodness. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Michael Jordan. Here's Drexler. Scores after the quick crossover. Drexler's got his first bucket of the night.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch-up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
Hakeem Olajuwon has been, and we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. English dishes to Olajuwon. Johnson kicks to Malone. Wants to get it to Olajuwon and does. Lays it up off the glass. Olajuwon's got 25 points.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Malone is out there with Bird. Then it's Jordan. And there's Dominique Wilkins. And it's Thomas in at the point guard position. That's the group for Mike Fratello getting going here in the second half. It's stolen by Wilkins. Bird, the pass to Malone. Kicks to Jordan. It's Thomas on the wing. Wilkins in the post. English is there. The shot by Wilkins, no good. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a format.
And they double up Jordan. It's stolen by Lever. Here's Johnson. Thomas with the block. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Jordan. Olajuwon grabs the miss. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for the West. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Yep, that one goes in there.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
The East trail by 9. Pass to Bird. And Wilkins now top of the key. Thomas passes to Bird. No good. Shot missing. Malone with some nice D. And the East is trailing.
And, you know, a lot of these fans, Kevin, are really behind them. But in an all-star game, I think they really just want to see highlight plays from both sides.
I know you and I do.
Yeah, I love it. And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said